Okay, what we're going to be looking at today is the volume of a cone. A cone. Just get into focus. So it's very, very similar to the volume of a cylinder. The cylinder being something like this. Pencil, a cylinder. Cups, lots of different things in nature are cylinders. A cone is kind of like a pyramid with round sides. So an ice cream cone, traffic cone. You guys know what cones are, so I don't need to go into too much. And remember, we're doing volume, so how much space this takes up. Not when we flatten it out doing surface area, but how much space it takes up. The reason I have a side-by-side comparison is because the volume of a cone is very similar to a volume of a cylinder. So, they're very, very similar. The difference being that a cone is one-third smaller than, than a cylinder. So if you took this and we assume it has the same radius, let's say the radius is 3, and the radius for this one is 3, and the same height, let's say it's 5 centimeters. This one is 5 centimeters. The only difference between these two is that this one is a third smaller. You could smush up 3 of these and fit it inside of there, and that would be the same. Those volumes would be the same. All right, but if you are not great at fractions, so to find the volume of a cone, you must do the same steps, but you must add the step multiplied by 1/3 into the question. If you're not great at fractions, you may instead use divide by 3. Multiply by 1/3, so 1/3 something, is the same as dividing it by 3. Dividing by 3. So same, these two are same, except 1/3 smaller. That's 1/3 of that one. So that's why it's good to know your cylinders before you move on to your cones. So just a reminder, I'll zoom in here. Times 1/3 and divide by 3 are the same thing. They give you the same results. Same, but different. They give you the same results. So just know 1/3 is the same as divided by 3. So we could look at this equation right there is 1/3 times pi times radius squared, which is the same as radius times radius, times height. We've got all our different parts there. All right, so we've got 1/3 pi times radius squared times height. All the same in there. Or pi times radius squared times height divided by 3. And that 3 can be anywhere. You can put it there and you get the same answer. You can put it right there and you get the same answer. You can go anywhere. You'll get the same answer. So we're just adding one step to the volume of a cylinder. Let's take a look at this one. We've got, let's say the height of this one is 9 centimeters. And let's say the base, this area right there, has a diameter of 8 centimeters. All right, what is the first thing we need to figure out? Because we have a diameter of 8 centimeters, the height is 9 centimeters. What's the first thing we need to do? Well, we can never deal with diameter, so we need to divide this by 2 because you need the radius. Remember, the radius is halfway across. It's just this section is what we need. So let's divide this by 2 before we start. 8 divided by 2, and we get 4. So the radius equals 4. Radius equals 4 centimeters. Height is 9 centimeters. Radius is 4 centimeters. All right, so let's write out the equation one more time. So volume equals 1/3 times pi times radius squared times height, or volume equals pi times radius squared times height divided by 3. Both these are exactly the same. And once again, divide by 3 could be right there, divide by 3 could be right there. It doesn't matter. You'll come up with the same answer every single time. All right, so now let's just start plugging in some answers, or some numbers. So we've got pi, which is always going to be 3.14. Radius is 4, so 4 squared. Times height. Height is 9. And we'll just stick with the divided by 3. So you can do right off the get-go, you can do the divide by 3, just like that. You'd end up with 3. 9 divided by 3 and start with 3. You'll get the same answer. Or you could just multiply left to right and then divide by 3. You'll get the same answer. This is just easier because if we were in class, I'd be making you guys do this out with by hand, and you definitely want to be doing that right there. But we're not, so lucky you. We'll just work left to right. So I'm going to start by squaring this first. I always like to do that, get that out of the way. So 3.14, 4 times 4, 4 times 4, not 4 times 2, 4 times 4. So times 16 times 9 divided by 3. Let's take a peek at some of this good stuff. All right, I'm gonna divide this by 3 right now. So we have 3.14 times 16. And I've just did 9 divided by 3 to get that out of the way, times 3. Once again, you do that at the ending, you'll get the same answer. All right, let's do, once we're into division, I don't like to do that. Okay, 3 times 16, let's do that one next. Equals 48, so 3.14 times 48. Let's do the last part. We get 150.72. Volume equals 150.72. There's your answer. So 3, you can put it anywhere. I could have multiplied all this and then divided by 3, and I still would have gotten 153. So if I did like 3.14 times 16, does that equal? Okay, times 9, what does that equal? Okay, divide by 3, what does that equal? You end up with the same answer. I just like to do it right there because I saw an opportunity. Oh, 9 divided by 3. Excellent, I know that's 3. That's just easy. Okay, so good luck, guys. The worksheet has both volume of cylinder and a volume of cone.